All right, guys, I'm gonna get right to it. 5 sax mistakes you have to be watching out for. Let's start with this. Scooping way too often. I hear this a lot with the improvisers out there. So many scoops, every other note. You gotta take it out of your playing completely so that it is not a bad habit, that is just something you can't get rid of. You might not even know you're doing this, so make sure you're recording yourself to tell if you're scooping way too much. Chances are you are. I'm also gonna do another video in the future about the proper way to scoop, so make sure you subscribe so you find out how to do that the right way. All right, mistake number 2. It all has to do with reed placement on your mouthpiece. Whenever I look at my students' mouthpieces, a lot of the time the reed is like way off to the side, or it's too low, or it's too high. The reed is chipped sometimes. Make sure your reed is not chipped. Make sure it is centered on the mouthpiece. The tip of the reed should be even with the tip of the mouthpiece. Very simple concept, just make sure you're doing it. I know these might be millimeters that you have to move the reed, but it makes a huge difference. The other thing is, if you find that you need more resistance with your air, move the reed up just a little bit. If you need a little bit less resistance, it's too hard to play the note, move the reed down on the mouthpiece a little bit. Mistake number 3, pinching the mouthpiece. Too tight with your embouchure. You gotta loosen it up. Pretend you just went to the dentist, you got shots in your gums or whatever, you got the Novocaine there, it's real loose. This is your embouchure. You don't wanna be too tight or else it's gonna make the sound pinched. This is gonna change your sound so much. So loosen everything up here, okay? You're gonna be golden. Okay, number 4, practicing mistakes. You know, we're talking about mistakes here, and what I hear again and again is people practicing mistakes, meaning they play something, they're working on something hard or whatever, and they're doing it again and again, they're making a mistake, they're doing it wrong, but they do it again, wrong, again, wrong. What's happening there? You're teaching your brain the wrong thing. You're learning bad habits. You're learning the wrong thing. So stop practicing mistakes. Slow it down so that you can play it right and not practice mistakes. It's much better to do it slower and not make a mistake than do it too fast, mess up, and then learn the wrong way, because it's so hard to break the bad habits once you instill them. Okay, guys, the 5th mistake for today is not practicing enough. Simple concept, but it is the most important. If you're not putting in the time, hours a day, every day, you're not going to see the kind of improvement that you want. If you want to see lots of improvement, you need to put in lots of work. And I mean focused work. I don't mean you're practicing your scales while on Facebook. That's not going to do it. I'm talking about turning the internet off, turning the screens off, focusing on the work, putting in the hours every day. That is when you will see the most improvement. Alrighty? I am Jeff Schneider. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next video.